It doesn't seem all that long ago that actor Richard Chamberlain was one of television's first sex symbols.
Professor, how long do I have?
It could be several months, or it might happen almost immediately.
In the early 1960s, he won the hearts of teenage girls as Dr. Kildare, the young intern saving lives at Blair General Hospital. He then took roles on the classical stage and in feature films, but he's best known as the king of the TV miniseries. In the epic adventure Shogun, he played the English sailor stranded in feudal Japan. And in The Thornbirds, he played a conflicted priest in the very steamy story of Forbidden Passion. But for many years, Richard Chamberlain had a secret that shadowed his life. Now at 69, he's written an autobiography called Shattered Love, and in it, he reveals that he is gay. Richard Chamberlain, good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
So why write this book at this point in your life? Did you finally say, I'm at an age where I need to be honest with myself and with the world?
Yes, that's part of it. Part of it's that I've been thinking a lot about life, and I wanted to write about how we live our lives and how we might live our lives, I don't know, more fully. It's not just about, you know, leaping out of the closet. It's about a lot of other things too. It never occurred to me that I would write a book, but Judith Regan of Regan Books encouraged it, and I tried it, and I found it to be the most self-educating experience I've ever had. I learned so much from it.
You talk a lot about your childhood, and you say what it was like growing up, I guess, in the Chamberlain Magic Show.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, my father was a drunk. It was a troubled family. All of us seemed to suffer from some kind of self-doubt, some kind of insecurity. But we pretended to be perfect. We were the perfect family, and each member of the family was perfect. And that was kind of our mutual agreement, that we would support each other's perfection. And it's an exhausting kind of facade to keep up. And I tried to do it for many decades.
But certainly not unique to your family,
No,
of course,
no,
right?
no,
Many
no.
families out
Yeah,
there are
sure,
like that. And you know,
sure.
you write, Richard, about wanting to please people.
Yes.
And get their approval.
Yes.
Is that why you think acting appealed to you? Because you majored in painting, didn't you?
Yes, I majored in painting, but I always wanted to be an actor. I was just so shy and inhibited, I never thought I could make a go of it. So I thought I'd do the practical thing and become a painter. I can't remember what we just
what I was
started
asking is it because you wanted approval? Is
yes,
that why you...
Yes, because I was desperate for some kind of fame, fortune, all that stuff, to fill this kind of inner gap of self-doubt. And it worked to a certain extent,
I was
but
going to
not
say,
fully.
you got it in a big way, because you were
Yes.
just 25 years old
Yes.
when you were cast in a very, very big hit,
Yeah,
Dr. Kildare,
yeah.
obviously, and fame, you write, was amazingly heady. What was it like to be, I mean, you were huge, you were such a sex symbol. Everybody, I'm sure, in Hollywood wanted to date you. Everybody who watched you on television probably wanted to date you. You were such a heartthrob. What were those days like for you?
Well, it was great. It was the answer to all my prayers and dreams, and the sort of double life I was leading seemed, after a while, part of the game. You know, the performers, your public image is part of the show, really. I mean, Mel Gibson, for instance, who knows who he really is? But the public image is somewhat contrived for everybody. And so it just seemed like part of the game, but it's also difficult.
Was it hard for you when the show ended?
Yes, at first I was elated because I wanted to get out and try all kinds of new things.
And you did, actually,
and yes,
right?
I did, but there was a gap of time, and after about a month I thought, oh my God, I'm an out-of-work actor, what am I going to do? And I got kind of depressed. But then more interesting work came along.
You went to England, you did Hamlet,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
later you made miniseries, which you became quite famous for. One that I mentioned previously was Shogun.
Yes.
And the rights were initially held by a movie studio, and Robert Redford was supposed to star in it, right?
Yes, both Shogun and the Thornbirds they tried to make movies out of them, and then and Redford was in front of me in line, and then it was Sean Connery for a while for Shogun.
And the Thornbirds obviously was a huge role. You must have been so happy that with the advent of the miniseries.
Yes, I loved doing miniseries. It was a wonderful medium. I don't think they can afford to do them anymore. But it was like halfway between television and films. It was, the pace was fast, the productions were wonderfully well done, and it was thrilling to be a part of them.
But it was hard to enjoy your success. You write that you realized you were gay as early as adolescence. You dated girls. You were known as a good kisser. And this was the 1950s, and you write that you were as homophobic as the rest of the public.
Well, sure. You know, you grow up, I grew up in the 40s and 50s, and everybody thought, you know, being gay was the worst possible thing you could be, and I absorbed that, and consequently thought of myself as there's something terribly, terribly wrong with me. And it wasn't until actually just a few months ago when I was finishing the book that I suddenly realized that it's a total non-issue. I mean, if you put the label gay and the label straight, it tells almost nothing about the person. The person could be a criminal, the person could be a saint, the person could be smart or dumb, who knows?
What kind of lengths would you go to, Richard, during those early days to make people think that you were heterosexual?
Well, I didn't have to go far. I had some wonderful girlfriends. I would appear at public events with girlfriends who were, you know, very dear to me.
Did the studios encourage, or network executives encourage you to do that, or did you do it on your own?
Yeah, I did it on my own. I realized that that was a kind of requirement. The studio, I never discussed it with anybody at the studio.
Did anyone know
you
you were gay at the time?
I think so. I think so. I think there were a lot of people in the business who kind of assumed.
You were outed, I guess, in the tabloids in 1990, right?
1992,
and you
I think
said, it was, you were shoved into your darkest nightmare. You also write, though, I had to begin to acknowledge and deal with my long-buried self-loathing.
Yes.
So in a way, strangely, was it helpful that this had happened to you?
Yes, it was. The tabloid headlines scared me to death. And in fact, I didn't work for a year after that, but it made me really think about this problem I was inflicting on myself, because it's really not a problem at all. It's just a fact.
Do you think things would be different if you were a young actor today?
No, maybe a little bit, but I think I would have made the same choice today, not to talk about it if I were a romantic leading man.
Because it would be hard for the
Well, I think
public
it
to
makes
view
the
you that
public,
way.
it makes it a little more difficult for the public to accept you as the characters you're playing.
Although Rupert Everett has done it pretty
Yeah, he's
successfully,
done a very good
hasn't
job.
he?
He's wonderful.
Well, Richard Chamberlain, the book is Shattered Love, a memoir. So nice to see you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in
Lovely to
and
be
telling
here.
us about it. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.